I'd suspected for months that Claire was seeing someone else. The late-night work meetings, the sudden secrecy with her phone, the way she laughed at messages but never shared what they were about, it all screamed betrayal. I gave her the benefit of the doubt for as long as I could, but one night, while she was showering, her phone lit up on the nightstand. The message was short, but it burned into my mind. Can't wait to see you at your place. Same time tomorrow? Red heart. Her place. Our home. I didn't explode. I didn't confront her right then. Instead, something in me turned cold. If she thought she could bring him into the house we built together, if she thought I'd stay blind, then she had underestimated me. That night, I decided I wouldn't just catch her, I would trap her. The next day, I told her I had an out-of-town meeting and wouldn't be home until late the following night. She barely looked up, just mumbled, "Safe travels." That indifference told me everything I needed to know. She thought the coast would be clear. But I didn't go anywhere. Instead, I stayed close, preparing. I set up cameras in the living room, the hallway, even the kitchen, every angle covered. I moved some papers around, left my jacket casually draped over a chair, small signs of me still being home, to see if she'd hesitate. If she didn't, that would prove it all. The next evening, I parked a block away watching. At 7:15 sharp, a sleek black car pulled up. A tall man stepped out, confident, holding a bottle of wine. Minutes later, Claire opened the door, dressed in the kind of lingerie I hadn't seen in years. She giggled, kissed him deeply, and let him inside. My chest burned, but I forced myself to stay calm. I gave them 20 minutes, just enough rope to hang themselves. Then I walked to the house. The door was unlocked. Their laughter drifted down the hallway, mixed with the clink of glasses. My hands clenched, but I didn't storm in. I moved silently, until I stood in the doorway of the living room. There they were. Claire sprawled across the couch, her robe half open, his hand tracing her thigh. They froze the second they saw me. Her face drained of color, his hand dropping instantly. "Mark," she gasped. I thought you had a meeting." I stepped inside, shutting the door behind me with deliberate calm. "That's what you told me to have, isn't it? A meeting. Funny thing is I never left." The man, trying to mask his fear, stood up. "Hey, listen man, this isn't. Sit down." I cut him off coldly. My eyes stayed locked on Claire. "You invited him here. Into our home. Tell me, Claire, did you really think I wouldn't find out?" Tears welled in her eyes. "I made a mistake." "No," I said sharply. "A mistake is burning dinner or missing a call. This is betrayal. Planned. Rehearsed. Repeated." Her lips trembled, but before she could speak, I walked to the table. There I placed a small remote. With a click, the TV flickered to life. And there it was, the live feed from the hidden cameras. Every laugh, every kiss, every touch, captured in crystal clarity. The lover's face went pale. "What the hell?" "You walked right into my trap," I said evenly. "I knew she'd bring you here. I just needed proof. Now I have it, all recorded, all saved." Claire covered her mouth with shaking hands. "Mark, please don't do this." I turned to her, my voice ice. "Don't do what? Show the truth? You've been lying for months, Claire. Telling me you loved me while you opened our doors to him. You thought you were clever. But you weren't clever enough." The lover stood, trying to leave, but I blocked the doorway. "No. You don't get to sneak out the back. You stay right here while she explains herself." The silence was suffocating. Finally, Claire collapsed into tears. "I didn't think you'd notice. I didn't think you cared anymore. I just wanted to feel wanted." Her words hit me like a slap. "So instead of talking to me, you invited another man into my house? Onto my couch? Into my marriage?" She sobbed harder, but I felt nothing. The love I'd once had for her was buried under a mountain of betrayal. I finally stepped aside, looking at the man with cold disdain. "Get out. And don't ever come back. If I see you near this house again, the police will be the ones welcoming you." He didn't argue. He bolted, leaving Claire alone, broken, trembling. I picked up the remote, stopped the recording, and turned toward the door. Claire ran after me, grabbing my arm. "Mark, please. Don't leave me. We can fix this. I'll end it. I'll do anything." I shook her off. You already ended it, Claire. The moment you opened that door for him, you closed it for me. I walked out, leaving her sobbing in the doorway of the very house she had desecrated. That night, I drove away not as a broken man, but as a free one. Within days, I filed for divorce. The footage I'd captured was more than enough to ensure a clean break. Claire tried to beg, to plead, even to rage, but none of it mattered. My trap had worked. She thought she could cheat in secret, but instead, she exposed herself completely. She invited her lover over. What she walked into wasn't just a rendezvous. It was the end of everything.